Hey everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. In today's video I'm sharing this autumn abstract design with you guys, and I'm going to be creating this using some Kiki London gel polishes, some foils, and finishing off with a little bit of stamping. So I hope you all enjoy watching. First up, I'm going to be using the gorgeous Keep It Teal from Kiki London. This is such a stunning colour, and I felt as though I wanted the main colour in this set to be this one. So I'm going to come in and apply a really thin first layer of this to both the pointer finger and the little finger. I like to keep my first coat really nice and thin and apply my second coat ever so slightly thicker. These particular gel polishes are highly pigmented, so this particular colour especially only needed 2 coats. So once I've applied that first coat, I'll pop these in to cure for 60 seconds. If you were doing this set on yourself or a client, then you would obviously do all of your prep first of all and a base coat. I have already applied a base coat because I do prefer applying a base coat to my tips before the colour, but I did that off camera. So then on the middle 2 nails, I'm going to be using this gorgeous Petal Kiss. And this, you don't really see much of this colour in the set. It's more just the base for the abstract design that I do on top. But again, I'm just going to apply it in the exact same way as the Keep It Teal, a really nice thin coat to begin with, and then popping it in to cure for 60 seconds. I felt as though the blue and the pink here, they really went well together. So it was a shame you don't see too much of this pink. I actually did this set around a week ago, I think it was, but my dad's really poorly at the moment, so I've been looking after him, and it just delayed me getting it edited and voiced over and up on my channel. But it's here finally now. I'm hopefully going to have a couple of Halloween designs coming up if I get the chance to get around to doing some Halloween nails, but I'm hopefully going to have them up soon. I do also want to do my own nails with the Kiki London Builder Gel, so do keep an eye out for that on my channel because I will have it up as soon as I can. Then we're going to come in and apply the second coat of colour. So I apply this pretty much exactly the same as the first coat, but with my first coat I feel as though I scrub it into the base layer to get it nice and thin, and I don't do this when I'm applying my second coat. I just apply a nice thin even layer to the entire nail, always making sure to try and get a nice and neat cuticle area, and just to feather the colour down so that you're not adding any thickness or bulk and losing your shape. And then once I've finished applying the second coat of colour, we'll be able to pop these in for 60 seconds and move on to some of the design and artwork. And as you can see here, these colours, 2 coats is 100% enough. Look how pigmented and how lovely the coverage is. I really do love these Kiki London gel polishes. Now we can move on to creating that abstract effect. So I'm going to be using the gorgeous Honeybee. I used this in my previous video and it is an absolutely stunning colour for autumn. So it's definitely a must-have if you haven't got a yellow like this in your collection. I would highly recommend this one. And I'm going to use that with the Keep It Teal to create that abstract effect over the top of the pink nail. So I'm just using a gel brush and I'm really lightly just feathering on a patch of colour. I don't want this to be neat. I want it to be quite rough. And I'm going to come in and do a second coat of it anyway. So I kept this coat quite thin. Just applying it quite randomly to both sides of the nail, and then I'm just going to use a nail art brush just to thin it out a little bit more and just to get a bit more of an uneven shape. I felt as though the brush gave me a bit too much of a straight line, so I was just feathering it out a little bit. And then I popped that in to cure for 60 seconds. And now I'm just going to come over and build up the colour a little bit. So again, don't have to be neat. I didn't bother coming in with the nail art brush. I'm just making sure that that colour is a little bit more pigmented and covers the pink. And then I'll pop that into cure for 60 seconds, and I'm then going to come in with the Keep It Teal. Now I'm using the same gel brush again. I've just made sure to clean off all of that yellow, and I'm just applying that so it overlaps over the top of the yellow, and then it sort of gives you a third colour. You've got that green effect that it creates. Again, being quite rough with it, not worrying about creating perfect lines or worrying too much about where I'm placing it. I'm just creating that rough abstract effect that we can pop the foils over the top. You don't actually see too much of this underneath all the foils and stamping, but it just gives it that little hint of colour. And again, cured that for 60 seconds and then just building up the coverage with a little bit more of the same colour. And one of the things I love about the Kiki London gel polishes is when you are doing artwork or designs like this, the polishes themselves are a really nice thin consistency, so you don't end up with a bulky, uneven nail when you are building up the colours or layering like this. So then I popped that into cure for 60 seconds and it looks a bit like a random mess, to be honest. But then I'm going to come over the top with my Nirvana Nail Supplies Goddess foil gel. So I'm just going to apply a really thin layer of this to the entire nail. This is super sticky, but it's one of the best foil gels that I've come across. But I just like to make sure that I apply it and really run my brush through it so that I get a thin layer. I'm not going to be doing full coverage foils, so you don't have to worry about getting perfect application, but I just want to make sure that it has covered the entire nail, just so it's nice and even. And then I'm going to be using this bronzy colour foil, which is from Charlie's Nailer. I do have a discount code for Charlie's, which I will leave in the description box below. But all I'm simply doing is after curing that foil gel for 60 seconds, I'm very lightly tapping on the foil in random places. I was going for that abstract effect, so I didn't want it to overtake the entire nail. So I'm just pressing it down as lightly as I can, because otherwise, due to how good the foil gel is, you will end up with a lot of foil sticking. So that's why I'm just making sure to really press it on lightly. And now I'm just going to come in and top coat the two nails with the foil. Now I'm only applying this layer of top coat to protect those foils for my stamping, so that if I make any mistakes with my stamping, I can wipe the stamping off with some acetone and know that the foils aren't going to come off and I'm going to have to repeat that step. So although you can stamp straight over the foils, this way I just find a little bit better just in case of any mistakes. And then I'm just wiping over the nails with some alcohol to remove the tacky layer from that top coat, because it's not a no wipe top coat. And then we can come in and do some stamping. Now I can't leave a link to the stamping plate because unfortunately the company I bought this from is no longer trading. However, I will leave a link to the stamping polish and all of the other products I use anyway. They're always in the description box below. But what I've done is applied my Nicole Diary stamping polish, scraped it over the image, and then just picked up some of these leaves. And I'm just placing them down over the top of that nail, so it's adding that last layer of the design. And I really liked this. I love how you can see a splash of the colour, the splash of the gold foils, and then that stamping over the top. So I'm just going to repeat that and do exactly the same on the ring finger. So as you can see, it's a full size stamping image, but I just wanted 4 of those leaves. So I'm just removing the ones that I don't need. Just making sure that I press it down firmly onto the nail so that they all transfer nicely, and then lifting off. And then I just tap down any areas where there might be a little bit of the stamping polish sticking up. And then we're now ready to come in and top coat. So of course I'm going to be top coating with the Kiki London top coat. I absolutely love this top coat, even though it is a wipe off and I do usually prefer a no wipe top coat. I do really love the shine that this top coat gives off. So I'm just going to come in and apply a nice even layer to all of those nails and then pop them in to cure for 60 seconds. And then that, guys, is the end of the design and the video. I really hope you all enjoyed watching. It's super simple, but I thought it looked quite pretty. As I said, I do hope to get some Halloween designs up on my channel, but I'm just crazy busy at the moment. But if you do have any requests, pop them in the comments below. And yeah, if you did enjoy watching, please don't forget to like and comment. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button. Big thank you to all of you who watch and comment. It really means a lot to me. Thanks again for watching. Lots of love. Bye bye.